In this video, we will cover punishments. Before we start there, it is important for you to understand the important term of crime. So crime is conduct that has been prohibited by law, and it also subjects the offender to criminal punishment. Now, we are required in North Carolina to list our laws, but then we also have to list what the punishment is. And that is so people can't ever say that they didn't know such and such conduct was a crime or what the punishment was. So the example I'm going to use here is first-degree murder. First-degree murder is that which is premeditated, it's deliberate, willful. It could be during the time when someone was trying to commit a rape or a sex offense, a robbery, a burglary, or another felony with a deadly weapon. And the punishment for first-degree murder can be the death penalty, or it can be imprisonment for life without parole. Now, I tell you that because I want to tell you this story that just occurred in North Carolina. I'm recording this video on June 1st, 2018, and 2 weeks ago, on May 21st, at around 10:30 p.m., Trooper Bullard, Samuel Bullard, was conducting a license checkpoint in Yadkin County, which is over in the mountains, and according to police reports, Dakota Witt was the driver of a black BMW that did not stop for the checkpoint. Now, in North Carolina, it is illegal to turn around when you see a checkpoint to avoid going through it, and it is also illegal to drive through it and not stop. Now, according to reports, Dakota Witt drove through it at a high rate of speed, and Trooper Bullard and another officer gave chase after the BMW, trying to catch it to find out why the person didn't stop, because people don't not stop at a checkpoint unless they have a reason to not stop. Dakota Witt had a reason to not stop. He had 2 failure to appear warrants for his arrest. He was driving with a revoked license, and he may or may not have had drugs in the vehicle. Dakota Witt, according to other criminal records, he is involved in drug abuse, and a number of other things. And in the process of Trooper Bullard chasing down Dakota Witt, he wrecked his vehicle on the interstate. His car burst into flames, killing him instantly. And he was a 3-year veteran of the Highway Patrol. He was only 24 years old. The state of North Carolina suffered a great loss when they lost Trooper Bullard. And it is very sad that this occurred because someone didn't want to go to jail for 2 failure to appear warrants. So I tell you that before I get back to their pictures. Dakota Witt has been charged with murder. Now, some people are saying he shouldn't be charged with murder because he didn't deliberately or intend to kill Trooper Bullard. However, in North Carolina, we have what's called the felony murder rule. And that says, simply put, if you commit a felony and someone dies in the commission of your felony, then you are going to be on the hook for murder. So that is what's happening to Dakota Witt. Let me get back to this. Among his other traffic charges, he's facing that murder charge. Whether he deliberately intended to do it or not doesn't negate the fact that he blew through the checkpoint, resulting in Trooper Bullard giving chase to him and wrecking his vehicle, or being involved in a collision, I should say. So then we go into punishments. So why do we as a society punish offenders? One concept is rehabilitation. We want to rehabilitate the offender so that when they return back to society, they can be a functioning member of society and contribute to the overall goodness of society. In North Carolina prisons, they offer vocational training, and they also offer educational training. This is no cost to the inmate. It is a burden on the taxpayers. However, with the goal being rehabilitation, it is meant to teach those offenders new skills so that when they are released from prison, they hopefully will not go back to their criminal ways. The next concept is incapacitation. And simply put, that's to remove the criminal from society. Now, if Dakota Witt is convicted of this crime, he needs to be removed from society so that he doesn't hurt someone else. The next concept is retribution, and that means to take revenge against the wrongdoer. That means the punishment that the court doles out is to seek revenge based on what that person did. The punishment should fit the crime. And then lastly, there's deterrence. So there's two types of deterrence. The first one is general deterrence. That's based on the idea that the punishment will cause other people to not commit that same type of crime. So for instance, for first-degree murder, the maximum penalty under law is the death in North Carolina, in the hopes that the death penalty will deter people from committing murders. We know that is not the case. Then there is specific deterrence, where it's based on the idea that the punishment of that particular criminal will deter that same criminal from future misconduct. So think about someone who is convicted of drug trafficking of cocaine and receives a 10 to 12-year prison sentence. The idea behind that is that if they spend 10 to 12 years behind bars locked up, when they are released, that prison sentence will be enough of a deterrence to forbid them from doing it again. So now let's review. What are the four basic purposes of punishment? If you said rehabilitation, incapacitation, retribution, deterrence, general and specific, congratulations, you got it right.